Woo! All right, what is happening, Magnus sites? What is happening? Get this cord off my table there. All right, now. So, all week and all last week, I've just been seeing through my timeline that this masterpiece had dropped, and it's called Dune Part 2. Now, for those of you that did not get a chance to see my review for the first one, definitely go check it out. I'll link it. But I will tell you that I found that movie to be slow, okay, and rather boring. However, I did think that it was shot well, it was acted well. I could tell while I was sitting in the theater that people were going to think that this was a great movie, that it was a masterpiece, and it may in fact be more for fans of the books than someone just walking in. Another masterpiece came out, The Batman. Now, while I was sitting in that theater, I thought to myself, you know, I think there are people that are going to say that this is boring and slow, but I am absolutely loving it. Maybe that movie also was more for the fans of Batman, fans of the lore, people that truly know the character of the Batman. And I feel the same way about this. Several men that I trust with movie reviews on YouTube loved this, thought it was a masterpiece. As they sipped wine from their goblets and cackled crazily. However, I noticed that this movie was more, with a little bit more action of what I got in the first one. I was bored out of my skull. I wanted to leave halfway through. I'm not joking. It wasn't bad. I was just bored. This is the first time where the first movie and the second movie in a row did the same thing to me. And I'm sitting there pondering, not understanding why it is not grabbing me. It is not grasping my spirit as a moviegoer and making me feel alive. And like, this is just, wow. It's just the greatest thing ever. This is, a masterpiece. By Jove, he's got it. It just didn't work for me. I don't know why it didn't work. There was a couple of cool parts. Oh, we actually, in this, you know how, people, talk about how, George Lucas, that Dune was before Star Wars, and George Lucas borrowed from Dune. There's a do it. There's a do it in this. There is a do it in this. And I gotta say, it looked great. It was directed great. I liked the shots, and I did. The acting was fine, but it just didn't grasp me. And even the lead character, I didn't buy him as this powerful leader. It didn't work. There were a couple of times where he said a couple of things, and the way he said it, I was like, there's the power. There it is. But for the majority of the role, while I was watching him on screen, I didn't buy it. He didn't convince me. So You know, I'm not the moviegoer like the normal moviegoer. I'm not a guy that's going to say the movie sucked because it didn't grab me. I can tell quality when I see it. You know, there's cars out there. You know, I can see a Mercedes and be like, yeah, I can tell that is, you know, some money went into making and developing this car. But it's not for me. It's a little too boring. That's how I feel about this. I can tell quality is thrown into this, and I really feel like, just like Benz fans, like Benz fans are like fans through and through. They're like Civic fans or whatever, like Honda Civic fans or you know, like certain fans of certain cars, like they are fans through and through, and they either lease a new one or they get a new one whenever they can. I feel like this movie is more for the fans of the true lore from the books. I heard that they cut stuff, but I just really feel like the real fans are going to love it, because if you saw my review of the first movie and you disagreed and you absolutely thought that that was a masterpiece, oh, well, I guess your jaw is going to drop for this. If you liked the first one, you're going to love this one. If you love the first one, you're going to love this one, okay? You thought the first one was a masterpiece. This one is going to be a godsend for you, okay? So, truthfully, I really don't know what I gave the... You know, I would say I enjoyed this one more than the first one. I probably gave the first one a 3, but I'm going to give this one a 3 too. Yeah, 3 out of 5. 2.5 would be meh, but there were a couple of parts where I was like, okay, that's cool, you know. But it didn't work. And you know what? The fight with the guy at the end, I thought they did it better when Sting played him, especially with how he took him out and really put the accent on it at the end. If y'all don't know, look for that fight. I really thought that fight went better. I did. And I saw that when I was a kid. I was disgusted by the Baron. That Baron is so disgusting. He makes me sick every time I think about it. I pulled out a picture of him on the phone and showed him to her, to Scarlo in the theater. And she was like, oh, God. I said, I told you. Yeah, disgusting. Very off-putting. And strange miniseries or whatever it was. I don't know, it was a movie broken into parts or a miniseries, but the one with Sting in it. Not the wrestler Sting, the singer Sting. That's all I got to say. Respect me in the comments. I've respected you in the review. 10 million subscribers. Woo!